Hi everyone, sorry that I'm not spending any time now to tidy up my desk and sort of get rid of all of these watercolor tubes that have been sitting here. But to be honest with you, I'd rather spend the time filming because this week has been absolutely crazy in terms of disruption and things like that. So I'm hoping that I can finish filming this video before the drilling will start, so we have no interruption. So let's go. Basically, I have bought this Hooker's Green from Daniel Smith, and it's been sitting on my desk for a while because I've just been so busy ever since buying this watercolor that I haven't had a chance to play with it. And today, that's what I want to do. So let's see. So sap green would be a color that I definitely like. I'm trying to find in this mess. Anyway, I suppose all of you know what a sap green looks like, but let me just swatch it since I'm here with my swatch book. So I'm going to use my Stillman and Birn. This is a super tiny watercolor sketchbook journal, and this is the smallest size that you can get them by Stillman and Birn Beta series. So Beta series is designed for watercolors, and it's great white paper, so you can see the colors very, very well. And I have literally a couple of pages left, so I'm just keen to finish this sketchbook anyway, to do a flip through for you. So I think you'd really enjoy that. So let me just share. Actually, what I will do is I'll share all the greens with you in my palette as they are. So I'll start with the darkest one. I'll put the palette over there. This is the Perylene green. Absolutely my favorite dark, moody, muted grayish green, just absolutely stunning. I have all of the color links down below. If you look at the links where it says something like completed watercolor palette, if you click on that video will have, you will basically see me put all these colors into this palette, and then also all the links will be below, so I don't need to link it again. But here is the second color. So this is the sap green, and I believe the first one was by Schmincke, this one is Daniel Smith, but just in case, have a look in the description of that video. Okay, next color is gold green or green gold. I always confuse the name. And it's a yellowish green. You can see it's sort of like infused with sunshine. Absolutely love it. But I thought this is sort of the only color I could find like that. And then I discovered this one, which is by Muji, and it's even more kind of vibrant. I hope the camera is picking up on how beautiful it is. It sort of looks more yellow, I think, on the camera. Is that better now? Let's have a look. There you go. I mean, you can see yellow, my yellow nail polish next to it, so you definitely can see now that it is a green with a lot of yellow in there. So also I have this other green here, which is a very kind of unique color, and I don't really like it on its own as it is. It's a little bit unnatural, although it depends what you're illustrating. Sometimes you can get away with it, but it is definitely very unique, very kind of bright. And so these are my greens in my palette, and I can, you know, mix them whichever way I want. So I decided to add the Hooker's Green. Now the label I don't think is too representative of the actual color, so I'm going to just stick a little bit onto my palette right here just to play around with it and do some kind of swatching. So there's loads of color in the little lid here. Okay, let's start by adding some water to this color. beautiful green. So it's like similar to this color, but sort of darker, if that makes sense. There we go. It's really beautiful. So what I want to do today is I want to mix this green, the Hooker's Green by Daniel Smith, with my yellows and oranges to see what kind of colors I can create further with it. So let's do it first of all with the lemon yellow right here. So this is it with lemon yellow. Very pretty. So you can see it sort of resembles this color quite a bit. I'm also going to do it actually on paper because that's the cleanest way. So I'm going to add Hooker's Green right here. And then lemon yellow here, and then let's see what we can mix. And I'll put that color right here. Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Okay, so the next color I will do the next yellow on the palette. So let's start again with Hooker's Green, and then I have Nickel Azo Yellow on my palette right here. And as you can see, this is quite a bit more warm than lemon yellow, so we should expect a slightly more muted, almost like an olivey green color, although this looks very much like the gold green right here. I hope you can see that. So next color, let's see, back into the Hooker's Green. I need to read up on this name, Hooker's Green. Why is it called like that? It's a bit of a funny name. Okay, so the next color here is, what is it? Quinacridone Gold, I think. If I'm wrong, I'll put it in down below. So that sort of is a bit of a yucky color, so I definitely don't like it as a mix. And I assume the same would happen with the next on my palette. So let's see, just going to intensify just a little bit, and then this one is Oxide Orange or something. Oh, this is beautiful color on its own, but what happens if we mix it? It's just a little bit, again, it's too powerful and it just creates that neutral color, which I'm not into at all. And that's pretty much it. I mean, it's quite nice. Let's see how it would play if we do some blooming and some backgrounds. So to do that, as it's still wet, you then go in with a wet brush. Now let's do wet in wet and see how the color disperses. This is a nice wet paddle. I'm going to load the brush with this color and just put it here. Next one, I would do a similar thing what we've done before. I'd say this green is a bit more natural looking than the Mijello green, because it's just kind of, I don't know, that one is just way too light to be natural, but this one you could really mix into really beautiful colors. And keep in mind, because this is lighter, if I'm going to add yellow to it, it's going to be even lighter than these colors. So if you like this type of a color, if you like green gold, you can completely mix it yourself by taking the Hooker's green and adding some of the nickel azu yellow, and you'd get this beautiful color, which is so close to green gold. Alright, so I'm going to dry it quickly because I want to show you how the colors look when they're completely dry. Okay, so I had to go back in and try to establish what exactly these colors are called, because I just couldn't remember the full names. So let's basically run through them. So this is the first one was Perylene Green by Schmincke. Second one is Daniel Smith Sap Green. This one is Green Gold by Daniel Smith. So this color, I messed up the order here. So this color is by Mijello and it's called Gold Leaf Green. And this color is Daniel Smith's Spring Green. And then finally, the one we were looking at today is Daniel Smith Hooker's Green. So here I played around with the Hooker's Green, and you can see that the background isn't too intense, so it doesn't really kind of granulate or anything like that. Here is how it moves onto water. Doesn't have a too strong disperse, kind of moved halfway into here. But it does have beautiful blooms, so I really love this watercolor effect. And some watercolors respond more to it and others not. Generally, I find that the granulating watercolors respond better to it, but in this case it's not, but still looks really stunning. So the way to create this technique is just basically dapping clean water over still wet watercolor. So over this side, let's repeat again what we've done here with the correct names. We have Daniel Smith Lemon Yellow, which I mixed with Hooker's Green, so I used a variety of yellows, as you remember. Nickel Azu Yellow is this one, and then we're moving on to the Quinacridone Deep Gold and Transparent Red Oxide, which are really beautiful on its own. However, mixing with the Hooker's Green, not so much. Now the transparent red oxide granulates beautifully, so we can see this beautiful granulation over here as well. So that is it for today in terms of swatching. I am also going to tell you a little bit of information which is on the tube. So this mix is done by using quite a few colors, so I think it's a 3 pigment mix. So let's have a look. So we've got pigment green 36, pigment yellow 3, pigment orange 48, pigment yellow 150. Now, if I'm not mistaken, pigment yellow 150. Alright, I decided to go and check. So actually PY 150 is nickel azu yellow. So that is great because it's one of my favorite yellows. And then PO48 is Quinacridone Orange, or I guess Quinacridone Gold. And so quite a few of those colors I actually have on a single pigment basis. And I guess you can mix this color yourself, but again, it's a purely convenience color where you don't need to go ahead and pull out, 4 different colors and start mixing the right amounts of everything to get it. You just have it straight from the tube, and that's the beauty of convenience colors. So some colors are actually not that difficult to mix, but still I would any day just go straight to the color because it would be the exact color every single time. You wouldn't really mess up the proportions and the quantities, and that's what's great about it. So let's look at light fastness now. It says here it's A2 and it's a series 1 watercolor, so affordable, I'd say, compared to some of Daniel Smith's other watercolors. So that's it about the watercolor. Now, one thing I wanted to ask you, because you're always very helpful with certain things when I'm looking for them. So here is the Altenew rotary date stamp, and it's by Altenew, as I just said. It is finishing in 2020, so next year, and I really love the look of it, how simple it is. I like the font of the numbers and letters, and I just wonder if you could recommend anything of that, you know, style. So I'm just gonna quickly put the date on here. I kind of like dating my journal pages even on something like that, because I remember exactly when I've done that, and it sort of is nice way to journal your way through a sketchbook. I don't do all of the pages, but I do some of them. Okay, so I have 2 more pages to fill, one here and the last one here, and flip through is coming soon. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this little fun video of swatching. I haven't done those for a really long time, and that is it for today. Thanks for watching and see you soon.